Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Adi Wafa, and today I will presentation about bioremediation as soil pollution treatment due to the use of chemical fertilizer and pesticide in the plants. Next. As we know, Indonesia is a tropical country with 2 seasons. With this tropical climate, Indonesia is also known as an agricultural country. Based on a Central Statistic Agency, or BPS, agricultural gross domestic product in the fourth quarter of 2020 grow by 2.59% year-on-year. This shows that the agricultural sector is still growing positively amid the weakening of the national economy due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This happened due to the increase in the harvested area for the production of rice, maize, and cassava, as well as being helped by the supportive weather. Next. To support agriculture, it is necessary growth of agricultural plants. Fertilizer is one of the supporters. There are 2 types of fertilizer. First is organic fertilizer. As the name implies, organic fertilizer are composed of naturally occurring biodegradable material. And second is non-organic or chemical fertilizer. Non-organic fertilizer or synthesis fertilizer come in several different forms: liquid, powdered, and granular. Next. According to Sutanto in 2002, inorganic fertilizer have temporarily increased agricultural yield, but the benefit of harvest yield have decreased substantially with the use of this fertilizer because of something that area due to environment degradation or pollution of agricultural land. And how we can fix it? Next. We can use a remediation. Remediation is a process of decontaminating water and soil from hazardous compounds such as hydrocarbon, polyaromatic hydrocarbon, persistent organic pollution, heavy metal, pesticide, and others. Or we can use bioremediation. Bioremediation is the process of decomposing organic or inorganic pollutant waste from the organic waste by using our organism. Next. There are 2 types of bioremediation that we can use. First, there are in situ bioremediation. In situ bioremediation refers to the bioremediation process which is performed at the original site of the contamination. Second is the ex situ bioremediation. On ex situ bioremediation management that include physical transferring contaminating material to a location for further handling. Ex situ management that include physical transferring contaminating material to a location for further handling, the use of bioreaction, land farming, composting, and several other from obsolete past. Okay, next. Maybe there are from me. Now is question time. Any question?
Hello Adia, I want to ask you, in the presentation explain bioremediation use in organism. What type of organism?
Thank you, Alfia, for the question. I will answer it now. There are bacteria and fungi, the commonly used organism in bioremediation, and there are archaea, the more recently discovered group of organisms with a unique potential in bioremediation. Maybe it can answer it. Any question again?
I will ask you, Adia.
Okay.
Mention the types of inorganic fertilizer that are often used by farmers?
Okay, thank you, Tiara, for the question. Inorganic fertilizer is a type of fertilizer derived from inorganic material, usually containing certain nutrient or material or mineral. This type of fertilizer is also known as a chemical fertilizer. For example, there are urea that contain nitrogen element, SP60 contain phosphorus element, and there are an NPK that contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Maybe that's for me. Thank you for asking. Next, uh, will be continued by my friend. Thank you so much for your attention.
Okay, my name is Alfia Rahmanidia, and now I want presentation about utilization of Ivory Battle Plan or Epipremnum aureum, ornamental air penetralysis plan as an effort to reduce benzene pollutants in smoking rooms. And the first word is air pollution. Air pollution is a condition in which there are physical, biological, or chemical substances in the earth, air layer, or atmosphere which are harmful to the health of the human body and other living things. Air pollution causes change in the composition of the air from its normal state. The presence of foreign material or substance in the air in a certain amount and in the air for a long time will be able to disrupt the life of humans, animals, and plants. If this situation occurs, it is said to have been contaminated. The next is benzene. What is benzene? Benzene is an organic chemical compound which is one of the components in petroleum. Characteristics of benzene. One, benzene is volatile with a characteristic aromatic tone. And second, benzene is slightly soluble in water but very soluble in organic solid. The third, benzene is colorless and floats in the surface of water. And benzene is highly flammable and has a boiling point of 80.10 Celsius and melting point of 5.50 Celsius. And the next is indoor air quality. One of the ways to suppress pollutant in the indoor air is to place plants that can reduce pollutant. Apart from ambient air quality, indoor air quality is also a problem that needs attention because it will affect human health. One of the ways to suppress pollutants in indoor air is to place plants that can reduce pollutant because apart from functioning as ornamental plants, they also have aesthetic value. One of the ornamental plants that are often placed in the room is betel ivory or golden. Ivory betel ivory plant or Epipremnum aureum is a semi-epiphytic vine that is commonly planted by people decorate the yard or room. And this slide about plant placement method. The first smoking area measuring 4 times 6 and 7 times 10. And the second, know the initial pollutant level as air quality control before adding the Ivory betel plant. Then by increasing the volume of leaves with one plant, and followed by the addition of leaf volume on the two plants, and for 1 hour, and repeat 3 times to get the average value. And the next, cigarette smoke contain large amount of benzene. The content of benzene can cause blood cancer or leukemia. Smoker can inhale 10 times more benzene than non-smokers. Betel ivory plant or Epipremnum aureum is known for its benefit as an absorbent of toxins found in cigarette smoke. And the smoking area was chosen because of several considerations, including that the room is a place for people to smoke. So it is certain that there are many toxic gas compounds or pollutants in it. Next, any question?
Hello Alvia, I will ask you, are there other parameters that affect the Ivory Beetle plan?
Okay, thank you, Tiara, uh, for the question, and I want to answer. Um, in addition to benzene, the effect of the evaporative plant on carbon monoxide. Cigarette smoke contains thousands of chemicals or smoke components, also referred to as smoke emissions. The most widely recognized components of smoke are tar, nicotine, and carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is known as a major cause of cardiovascular disease or heart disease in adult smokers. This significant decrease in the value of carbon monoxide is because the Ivory betel plant absorb absorb carbon monoxide pollutant from the leaf surface, which is then absorbed into the stomata. This shows that the Ivory-beetle plant or Epipremnum aureum is effective in absorbing pollutants, especially carbon monoxide in the air. Any question again?
Hello Alfia, can I ask you what are the characteristics of the euphoric petal plant after the
Okay, thank you for the question, and I will next. It is known that the Ivory-beetle plant or Epipremnum aureum in a day is able to absorb formaldehyde by 67% from 80 ppm and absorb benzene by 54% from a total of 1 for of 0 150 156 ppm. The absorption process is characterized by the presence of leaves that look aging. These aging leaves must be removed immediately so that new leaves grow so that the toxin absorption process continues. Maybe that's my answer, and thank you for asking, guys. And will be will be continue be my by my friend.
Okay, my name is Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Tiara Zaran Rabani, and I will presentation about my article. Untitled is Gasification Technology for Air Pollution Solution Around the End of Waste Disposal or TPA. Next. As we know, waste is something that is not used, disliked, or something that is discarded from human activities and does not occur by itself. And according to UU number 18 of 2008, waste is a big problem. Therefore, there must be a comprehensive management from upstream to downstream. And there is still a lot of Indonesian waste treatment that use open dumping method. Uh, Open dumping method is a processing method that is carried out by simply piling up garbage in open land without any special treatment so that it can cause disturbance, and especially it can. This method is less effective for managing waste at the TPA. Instead of reducing existing problem, this method can actually create new problems that are detrimental to human and also harmful to other living things. Next. So that in recent years, waste management has been developed using gasification techniques. Gasification is a new WTE or waste-to-energy technology. Gasification is a thermochemical process that converts the fuel from waste into gaseous fuel by oxidizing some of the organic matter in the waste into syngas and as fuel, which operates at temperature of 7,000 to 14,000 degrees Celsius. Next, how does the process work? Next, there are three stages of reaction. In number one, thermal cracking, breakdown of large waste molecules into a gas or smaller molecules. And number two is partial oxidation. In this reaction, carbon monoxide gas will be produced and with a more complicated oxidation process. And number three is reformation is the last reaction where the combination of reactions that have occurred. Next. And then this is a waste treatment process in gasification technology. Waste is processed by plasma gasification into gas and metal form. Metal is processed into recycled metal, while the gas is converted into steam, and the steam can be used by turbines to generate electricity. Another will be cleaned up to produce HCl, sulfur, and in addition, the water produced can be distilled again to produce distilled water air. Next. Compared to other two thermal processes, namely incineration and pyrolysis, gasification is considered to be superior to the two thermochemical processes. And the following are the advantages and deficiency of gasification technology. For advantages, number one is fast reaction time because the temperature used is very high. And number two can process various types of waste. And number three can control pollution better. And for deficiency, uh, technology gasification is the use of large electrical energy so that a reactor design is needed to produce optimal products. Next. And that is a presentation from me. Are any question?
Yes, Ayan. Can I ask you in the PowerPoint slide explain if this technology is based on thermal? What process is it? Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, Aziz. I will answer your question. Okay, the chemical process in plasma gasification technology can be seen in the thermochemical process that takes place when using gasification, and which is characterized by an increase in temperature. It is occurs when waste enters a converter or plasma reactor. Then the io- ionized gas from the waste will produce plasma with a very hot temperature of up to 500 degrees Celsius. Are any question? Next.
Hi, Tiara. Can I ask you?
Hello.
You explained earlier that if the open damping method can add to the problem of environmental pollution. Why is that? Thank you.
I will answer your question ya, Adia. Thank you. Because piles of garbage produce runoff of a toxic liquid called leachate, which can flow into rivers, groundwater, and soil. Organic waste that enters airways reduce the amount of available oxygen and promotes the growth of or harmful organism. Okay, next presentation will be continued by Aziz.
Okay, my name is Aziz Ansori, and now I will presentation the utilization of rice hacks into paper bag of economic value. Next, from for introduction, rice hacks are one of the agricultural waste that have the main component of carbohydrate, lignin, and silica. This is due to the large content of cellulose in rice straw. Rice husks consist of 50% cellulose and then 30% lignin and 15% silica. Here research will be used as the basic material of paper making that will later be used as a paper bag. The method that will be used is through a chemical process called craft process. This craft process is done by cooking rice hugs with paste that aim to remove unnecessary substance from cellulose fiber. It is expected that this activity can improve the economic condition of the community, especially farmers be utilizing rice husk must into other material of high selling value. And then next, uh, the question is why this innovation must be support. The answer next. Next. Hello, hello. Next slide, next slide. Because this product is more environmentally friendly because the basic material come from recycles. This paper bag is made by craft method, which is cooking recycles using paste. Generally, the best use is natrium hydroxide. Recycle was chosen because it is a very large potential to be used as a paper bag product. This paper bag also has a power that is not inferior to paper bag in general. In addition, how to make it is also quite easy and can be done by anyone, especially among farmers. And then next, uh, benefit and deficiency from this product is number one, from benefit more environmentally friendly, and then cheaper than other, and then the less is reduced cost of research, and then the deficiency of this product is number one, still not popular among the public, and then the quality is still below other product. Next. The last is question then.
Halo Aziz, I want to ask you, what other basic material are more popularly used to make a paper bag? Thank you.
Okay. Most of the paper industry in Indonesia use wood as the basic material for the manufacture. Example, the paper bag. Next.
Hello, my name is Alfia and I want to ask you what the method that can be used to make paper from these rice huts. Thank you.
This paper bag is made by craft method, which is cooking recipes using paste. Generally, the paste used is natrium hydroxide. Recipe was chosen because it has very large potential to be used as a paper bag product in Indonesia. Maybe that's from me. Thank you and see you later. Mana kasih?